Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this presentation, and a special warm welcome to those of you that are listening to this for maybe your first or even second time. So thank you very much for coming along and spending some time with us. Just briefly, let me tell you what we know about the project we're going to share with you. The gentleman on the left-hand side here, Gabriel, I've worked with Gabriel back in 2012 with another company. He went to the very, very top of the compensation plan, a very difficult compensation plan. He's a massive builder. And I saw this post on Facebook, and this on the right-hand side is Rick Heitzman on the right. So this is Gabriel shaking hands with Rick. And if you read the post together, it's very, very simple. It says here, we don't see each other often, but I'm always glad to see you, my very close friend, Rick Heitzman, an outstanding personality, successful investor, businessman, and just a great guy. Rick is the founder of First Mark Capital, a venture capital fund. Even at the inception of a company like Pinterest, Rick became their main investor at the stage of seed financing. After Pinterest went public, his investment paid off 1,900 times in volume. Today, Rick is one of the largest investors in Beurax. And this fact gives confidence to this young and very promising company. And that's the company we're going to look at on this particular call. But just before we go there, what I did was I went and looked for First Mark Capital. And lo and behold, we see Rick Heitzman on the front cover. And he's not just a partner, he is the owner, the CEO. He set up this venture capital fund. So a very credible gentleman. You can see some of the names on his website. And I can tell you, these companies would not allow this gentleman to brand their brand on his website, or he would be in fairly difficult situations. You can see all over his website that he talks about Airbnb, he talks about Discord, who I just joined recently, he talks about Shopify, and he was one of the seed financiers in Pinterest. So he's all about investment. He's all about helping companies get up off the ground. And here we learn that he's one of the main investors with this company we're looking at tonight. So that's just a little bit of homework we did in the background. We also learned that this company has its own servers, so that's a good sign that they're not renting them. We also know that the website is done very, very well, very, very slick, very, very accurate. A lot of money's been spent. We also learned that they have the company name purchased for their domain for 5 years, so their intentions are good. That's very, very important. That was another good sign for us. And then when we went to look at the company itself, Beurax, when we went to their website, we found this document, this PDF on their website. Now, what struck me looking at this slide was I couldn't really read the small print here. It's just too small to read. So what we decided to do was we decided to go directly to the government website. And that government website is ASIC, which is the Australian Security Investment Commission in Australia. They're a very, very tough organization. And when we went there to see, you know, it says here on the Beurax website, they have authorized capital of $75 million. Now, that's a fair statement. But when you actually go and examine the documents from the government, here we have the company name. We found the Australian company registration number. We know the date they registered. We have the minutes from their very first meeting. And if you want to do this homework yourself, because it's up to each of us, we're all adults, we all need to do our own due diligence. So what I trusted in was the government. The government is the regulator. The government issues the licensing. The government looks after these companies. So it would be in their remit to have their homework done. I'm sure they had to either see the passports or the utility bills or the paper documents from their accountants who are in behind this company. So if you go to the government website, which is the ASIC here, you will find when you come to this page, you click the select button. And when you click on that, it says organization and business name. And if you wanted to type in the name, the company name Beurax, and hit go, what you'll find is that you can actually, well, it comes up on the screen straight away. Here's the company name. The status is registered, so it's not a demissed company. It's live, it's action, it's registered, it's there. That's important. But if you want to get the documents yourself, unfortunately, you're going to have to pay for them. Now, we paid $17. It's not a lot of money. It was a very good investment just to check that they were fully licensed and registered. And what we found here is for $17, when you click that, you will get a PDF sent to you, and you can look for the current company information, but we went for the current and historical company information. Now, that document's in PDF. Really, for me, I would have to go off the PowerPoint and back onto a PDF and stop sharing and sharing screen. So all I did was I screen printed the document that the government sent us, and I'm going to show you that now. So you can go ahead and do your own homework. You can go and buy this yourself and do your own due diligence, or you can have a look at what we've got here. So here is the document, and again, it's from the Australian Securities Investment Commission. These are a tough bunch of folks, I can tell you. I know many companies have had run-ins with ASIC. So the time of this document was the 27th of October, so it's very, very recent. It was just last week. And here we can see the ACN is the Australian company number. What else can we find out? Well, we can find out their address. We can find out where they operate. Now, the address, they've got a registered address at 212 Marcus Clark Street, but they've also got the principal place of business conducted there as well. We can see the name of the directors. We can also see, do you remember we talked about that $75 million? Well, this is what's called fully paid up shares. This is not nominal shares or beneficially held shares. This is fully paid up shares. And again, we got this from the government. So that was kind of the due diligence we've done on the website, on their servers, on the company registration and stuff like that. And that gave us some confidence, because many companies in this arena, they don't go to this length, they don't go to this bother. So this gave us quite a lot of confidence.